Good morning, everyone. Um, I keep saying that we all use the phrase "Mera Bharat Mahan," or we say "Jai Hind, Bharat Mata ki Jai." We say these words very often. Every time we feel a slight surge of patriotism, every time we feel like, I want to prove that I'm as proud of my nation as the other Indians. But if we could only convert them from words into action, if we could only live Mera Bharat Mahan, if we could only live Jai Hind, if we could only live Bharat Mata ki Jai, we would be in a much greater India. I think Akshay Patra is one of those organizations that's been living it. I've seen them very closely for many, many years now. Just to give you an understanding of how difficult it is what they do. About 9, 10 years ago, we started a smaller operation in Vrindavan, running schools. I think some of you know about them. Rescuing girls from child prostitution, rescuing girls from forced labor camps, rescuing girls from physical abuse. And we started one school, then we started another school, then we started a third school. Today we have 3 schools and almost 2,000 kids studying there. But what's most important is that every time we asked people कि भाई आपकी बेटी को स्कूल भेजिए, हम पैसे नहीं लेंगे, they still wouldn't say yes. जब हमने कहा कि आपकी बेटी को हमारे स्कूल भेजिए, हम उसको खिलाएंगे, पिलाएंगे, उसकी देखरेख करेंगे, उसकी दवाइयों का खर्चा हम करेंगे, उसके कपड़ों का खर्चा, उसकी किताबों का खर्चा सब हम करेंगे, अब तो भेजिए. And basically the primary driver was, आप बेटी को ले जाइए, लेकिन जो हमारा लल्ला है, जो बेटा है, वो भी साथ में आएगा खाना खाने. And it was almost like negotiating a deal with people from a village, because the schooling was so far behind, especially schooling for the girl child was so far behind in their list of priorities that it was almost impossible to convince them. Today, 14 villages where no girl ever went to school, say 10 years ago, 14 villages don't have a single girl that doesn't come to school. I think that has been an achievement through continuous perseverance and dedication. In our own little organization, I think when we're talking about 5 billion meals, we're talking about what, 500 crore meals, right? Am I right? In our own organization, it's taken us 10 years to feed 2.5 crore meals, which I used to think was, we've achieved something, we've done something big. And then I look at Akshay Patra, and then I look at what they're doing on a daily basis. It's truly commendable. I went personally to see their kitchens, and I think Indian Institute of Management में course रखना चाहिए या एक chapter रखना चाहिए on how Akshay Patra functions. Everything from working, liaising with the government bodies, being able to bring that same amount of money that's subsidized, whether it's the subsidized wheat, the subsidized dals and vegetables that they have to buy from the markets, bringing that onto the table, raising funding for it collaboratively, then executing it extremely efficiently, with extreme efficiency. I've seen the kitchens, I've seen how sanitary they are, how hygienic they are, the quality of the food. And what people don't realize is, हम farmers की इतनी बातें करते रहते हैं. Wherever there's an Akshay Patra kitchen, they've collaborated with local people. They've collaborated with local villagers. Local villagers supply the vegetables. Local villagers supply the little things that you require. And that goes into enhancing the local economy of the place. I also know that they managed to somehow keep the food fresh and hot, despite the fact that some of their vans travel for almost 100+ kilometers as a hub and spoke model. So I think it's a great exercise in itself. I mean, you look at it more from a social or spiritual context, it's beautiful. But when you look at it from purely a management context, I think it's an exceptional example of, bang to buck. You invest this much, and then you see that little investment, that little contribution actually converting into so much more. I've seen personally I've seen over the last 8-9 years over our project, which is called Devi in Vrindavan. I've seen what girls are like when they come in completely malnourished. And I've seen what just 3 to 6 months of food that nourishes them. जो कुपोषण से आती हैं बच्चियां, जब उनको ठीक ठाक खाना मिलता है, the transformation is unbelievable. So I want to thank Akshay Patra, and I also want to pledge here today. I don't want to come here and just, give words. I want to pledge here today. any kind of support, financial support, support as a celebrity, support as a karyakarta, working with you people, would be my honor and my privilege. Jai Hind.